Now in 4 News Now at 6, Spokane healthcare workers could soon go on strike. What union members say needs to change to prevent them from walking out.
Clouds and a chance of showers to end the work week. I'll let you know if they will impact your weekend plans in the First Alert forecast.
And libraries across Idaho will soon be required to remove books if parents think they are harmful to children. How local library officials are reacting to the new law. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Today's vote's important because I feel that Providence doesn't respect my role.
Hundreds of healthcare workers at one of the Inland Northwest's largest care facilities are on the verge of a strike. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Union workers at Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center, represented by UFCW 3000, are now voting on a new contract and reauthorization of a strike. Let's get straight to Hunter Bertram with the latest on the negotiations. Hunter.
Yeah, Kirsten, the vote only has 2 hours left before union workers will start to tally up the votes. Now, as they came in the door today to vote, they were told to say no to the contract and yes to the strike.
I've worked at Providence Sacred Heart for 25 years, and I can honestly say this year is the first time I have seriously considered that.
Yeah, you considered leaving?
Considered leaving, yes.
Contract negotiations between the union and Providence have been going on for months. Seeing Providence's latest proposal, many union members told me the hospital missed the mark once again.
In general, the entire facility is either A, they can't recruit positions that are open, or they just lose people that they already have.
I'm a surgical technologist.
For more than 25 years, patients have gone under the care of Angela Holmes. She's the surgeon's right-hand gal and went into the field to serve her community.
Would we prefer to be in the hospital caring for those individuals? 1,000,000%. That is where our heart would be. But if we don't do this, I don't feel that we will be able to continue to give the quality of care that we're known for.
It's the Inland Northwest only trauma level 2 and pediatric hospital. But if there's a strike, what does that mean for you? I reached out to Providence and this is what they told me. Providence said if the union votes yes to the strike, they will have to give a 10-day notice to the facility. Yet they say even with hundreds of absent workers, they will remain open and the community can expect the same care as always. Yeah, and if the strike is authorized, this will be the first time since they unionized in 2000. They expect to have an announcement with the outcome tomorrow after the vote. Now, reporting tonight in Spokane, I'm Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Hunter, thank you. And you may remember healthcare workers at Deaconess and Valley Hospitals almost went on strike earlier this month, but the union members approved a new contract days before the strike was expected to begin. Under the new agreement, workers will receive increased base pay, and they will also get additional benefits for working overnight or if they are called into work early.
The families of the 2 women shot and killed during a mass shooting at a music festival at the Gorge Amphitheater last year are now suing Live Nation. That's the company that operates the venue. The families of Brandy Escamilla and Jocelyn Ruiz say Live Nation failed to enforce drug and weapons policies during the Beyond Wonderland Music Festival. According to court documents, the 2 women were shot by a man named James Kelly. Investigators say Kelly began shooting because he thought the world was ending after eating hallucinogenic mushrooms. The lawsuit aims to hold Live Nation and the other named parties accountable for the security oversight. Writing, Live Nation has the means and the duty to make sure security is the highest priority for their concert patrons. Never should someone's life be taken so senselessly and tragically at a music event.
Well, our warming trend is continuing as we get closer to the weekend. We could see the 70s.
Yeah, but before that, there is a chance we could get a little bit of rain. We're going to send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now to see if it could impact your weekend plans.
Well, right now, it doesn't look all that good. As we look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, the Spokane County Courthouse, we have overcast conditions, just a few breaks in the clouds, and the possibility of some light showers. Here's our satellite and radar right now, and we're picking up some returns up around the Omak area, up along the Canadian border. Very little of what we see here is reaching the ground, but there's plenty of clouds in place. Here's our forecast radar. I'm going to take you all the way through Friday evening. We see just the lightest precipitation down along the east slopes of the northern Cascades and then into the Palouse and the central Panhandle later this evening. This is very light rain, starting to pick up a little bit as we get into tomorrow morning as we look at that area from Lewiston up through Lookout Pass. A sprinkle or two possible around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but most of the action is going to be to our south. Now here's Friday at 5 o'clock with the potential for some thunderstorm activity in those areas south and east of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Then that will begin drying off heading into a gorgeous weekend. Friday planner, plenty of clouds again in Spokane with occasional breaks or filtered sunshine. High temperature of 63. That's above average despite the clouds. 55 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast. Enjoy this sunny, warm weather while it lasts because there are changes coming next week. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, what you're looking at here is video of the Post Falls Police Department searching a home in connection to several car burglary cases in Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene. Investigators say this is one of 2 homes searched today. Police say guns were also stolen from the cars that were taken. This is a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is looking for this man who robbed a coffee stand in Spokane Valley. This happened at Crush Coffee on Sprague Avenue in Flora. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Department.
Well, another day, another construction project, this time in Spokane Valley. Starting on Monday, you can expect to see some lane closures near the intersection of Pines and Mission. Construction is expected to last until the fall. The project will add new dedicated turn lanes and modify signals to improve traffic.
Also starting Monday, a section of East Euclid between North Market and Ralph will be closed. Drivers should take Wellesley while crews repair the road under the newly constructed north-south corridor overpass. And with all these construction projects, the Washington Department of Transportation wants to remind you to pay extra attention to the roads while you're driving through the work zones, especially since most of the time the only thing protecting the crews are those bright orange cones.
Yeah, so here are some tips from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to lower your chances of getting into a crash. First and foremost, pay attention, not only on the road, but to all the signage throughout the work zone. Next, remember to slow down and move into the open lane as soon as possible. And finally, keep your distance. Rear-end crashes are extremely common in work zones.
In Moscow, a hearing ran late yesterday afternoon discussing whether a phone survey approved by Bryan Kohberger's defense team should be allowed to continue. The defense hoping to prove there's bias against Kohberger within the juror pool to get the trial moved out of Latah County.
But the prosecution says that survey contained misleading and non-factual information. Jordan Smith is in studio tonight as we hear from the man who conducted that survey and see the responses by Latah County residents.
Well, there's a lot to unpack from Wednesday's 2.5-hour hearing. Basically, the prosecution has a major issue with the defense cold calling 400 prospective jurors and asking misleading questions about the case. The prosecutor says the defense is planting misinformation into Latah County residents, which would synthetically create bias against Kohberger.
Some of the questions are factually wrong. They simply aren't true. That's what we're here about.
On Wednesday, the court heard hours of debate and testimony about a phone survey that's brought the case to a grinding halt. The survey was conducted by the man in the top right part of your screen, Dr. Brian Edelman. He's conducted surveys like this in several high-profile cases, like George Floyd and the Parkland High School shooting. He looked at 200 news articles and several TV stories and compiled a series of questions based on what were in those reports. Most of those questions were fact-based. This one was not. Edelman justified using this question because it was posted by media outlets, and he says those are in the public record.
What impact has the prejudicial media coverage had on the jury pool? I don't really care if it's correct information, it came from social media, it came from the news. It had an impact on the jury pool. That's what matters.
Dr. Edelman first asks the survey respondent an open-ended question. what have you seen, heard, or read about the case? Oftentimes, those responses are limited. But when they ask more pointed questions, like whether they've seen, read, or heard Kohberger stalked one of the victims, they're able to elicit more information from the respondent.
And it was extraordinarily prejudicial where if you did know it, 81% of survey respondents, if they knew that detail, indicated that the defendant was guilty.
But prosecutor Bill Thompson took exception to this, saying Edelman is planting misinformation into prospective jurors and violating the non-dissemination order.
You don't care if the information that you put in your specific questions to the people being surveyed is correct. You said that, didn't you?
Right. I don't know what you mean by correct.
True or false?
I care about whether or not it's proliferated by the media.
You don't care if it's true?
No, I don't. I don't care about is it prejudicial.
And the prosecution says that regardless of how much money it costs or how long it extends the trial, this survey should be scrapped and done correctly. The judge is taking the time to determine whether or not it should be allowed. But during that consideration, the hearing on whether or not to relocate this trial has been pushed back to the end of June. Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Jordan. The Idaho Supreme Court dismissed a case that challenged the state's new voter ID laws. The law bans the use of student IDs being used to register to vote or as proof of identification at the polls. The lawsuit claimed that the law disenfranchised young voters. When this law was originally passed, the legislature also passed a law that would provide free government-issued IDs that can be used at the polls.
Well, Instagram is attempting to crack down on sextortion cases on its app. Coming up, the features the company is testing to better protect your kids online.
And thousands of cats and dogs hoping to find forever homes. We take you inside one local shelter and share some of the heartbreaking stories next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
The average family throws out $1,500 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity, like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
Well, if you've driven on Highway 195 south of Spokane over the last few months, you may have seen this boulder on the shoulder of the highway. But as you just saw, crews use high water pressure to slowly chip away at that giant rock. And here it is now. You can see that it is just a pile of rubble.
All gone.
Yeah.
Wow. It's National Pet Day. And what better way to celebrate than by adopting a new furry friend?
If you're thinking of adopting a new pet, the Companions Animal Center in Kootenai County might be a good place to check out. It is currently at full capacity and is no longer taking surrenders. Marissa Rio shows us their current situation and shares one dog's remarkable story.
And it's been the worst that I've ever seen it.
That's how the executive director describes the current situation at the Companions Animal Center in Hayden. As you walk towards the shelter, you're greeted with a rude awakening, a sign that says no surrender is currently being accepted. And inside, you have the pick of the litter. About 50 dogs in kennels, hoping to find their forever home.
When they choose to adopt, everything is done. They're spayed and neutered, they're microchipped. They're current on all their shots.
Adoption at the center costs anywhere from $50 to $200. This here is Axe, and he is up for adoption. He and his brother came in looking like this. They were surrendered for euthanasia after a porcupine lodged its quills into their faces. Rather than euthanizing them, staff chose to save them instead. Both Axe and his brother are up for adoption, and the shelter is nothing short of loving pups available for adoption.
We're getting calls from owners wanting to surrender. We have no room because we're full in animal control. So what we're seeing is that they're letting the dogs loose. So we're still getting them in, but we're getting them in through the back door through animal control.
As one staff member shows me their book of dogs waiting to be surrendered, she tells me it's never been thicker. The executive director says this is why adoption is so important.
Somebody doesn't want it. They abandoned it on purpose. They let it loose. You're giving it a chance to find a home, and it will love you unconditionally until the end of the day.
And it isn't only dogs. The center is also at full capacity when it comes to cats. For more information on ways you can adopt or make a difference in these animals' lives, visit our website at kxly.com. Reporting in Hayden, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
That sweet dog with all those porcupine quills.
I think Marissa should take that dog.
Well, while we're on the topic of dogs, it is National Pet Day. I want to share some of our own pets here with you.
And of course, Rory's gonna make the board. Look at him. He's looking for his pup cup. That's what he wants in the passenger seat.
Our producer our producer Steven might be Rory's biggest fan. Sorry, Steven.
Yeah,
Didn't mean to call you by a dog's name.
I think that's a compliment to Steven. Steven loves Rory so much he might end up taking him at some point. We'll see.
Well, up next here are our dogs, Casey and JoJo. This is when they were puppies in the crate. They are much bigger now, weighing I think they're like 90 and 100 pounds.
Yeah. Do they fit in that crate together anymore?
No.
Now, I show my dogs on TV quite a bit. I have some cats, too. Got a couple of them. That is Igor and Romeo.
Igor's a little jealous, right, when others are around you, Chris?
Yes, no, he is very possessive. The black cat does not want my dogs on my lap or humans.
Noah?
Yeah, actually, babies. So, oh my goodness. Now that it's warm, my cats keep trying to escape and get outside, and I think that spring fever is only going to amplify this weekend. Today was warm despite the increase in clouds late in the day. A high temperature of 63. 55 is our average high, and it was a warm start at 39. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The largest Spokane speed and custom show ever returns April 12th through 14th.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes. I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF. This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds this weekend.
Hello, I'm Mark Peterson. It's that time of year again when Washington Trust Bank helps you dispose of your sensitive documents and protect your identity with 4 easy steps.
First, drive to one of their 6 participating drive-through locations.
Second, fill your seal and shred bag with the documents that you want to destroy. Third, secure the seal and shred bag.
Then drop off your bag of debris where they will destroy your documents in their secure space.
Shred Day is Friday, April 19th. Pick up your shred and seal bag at one of their 6 locations while supplies last.
I'm Mark Peterson with the 4 News Now Extreme Team. Are you planning a home or a building remodel or repair project? Asbestos fibers may be present in roofing, insulation, flooring, ceiling textures, siding, and many other products. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or hiring a contractor, all parties are responsible for following the requirements. Prior to work, a survey must be done to see if asbestos is present. If it is, it must be left alone or properly removed and disposed of. Contact Spokane Clean Air for more information.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
4 things to know about your weather. We have some isolated showers on Friday, mainly south of I-90 on the Palouse, the LC Valley. We have that more rain to the south. Possible thunderstorms the second part of the day down around Lewiston, Moscow, Pullman, St. Mary's, and then we're heading into a warm, sunny weekend. Here's what's going on over the next 24 hours. Starting off Friday morning, area of low pressure off the coast, sinking to the south, but sending us warm air and a southwesterly flow. Some instability also in that flow to produce those thunderstorms and just a little bit of moisture as well. Here's a look at our forecast rain through tomorrow morning. As you can see, some of the heavier totals down in Lewiston, St. Mary's, Kellogg, where it will be very, very light elsewhere around the region. We have more precipitation coming as we get into Friday afternoon, mainly around the Lewiston area. What this doesn't represent is the heavier precipitation that might fall in some isolated thunderstorms where you could get a lot of rain in a short period of time. And most of that activity, again, will be along that line from the LC Valley up through western Montana. Despite the clouds tomorrow and the possible showers, temperatures are going to be above average again, 63, and then into the 70s for Saturday and Sunday before we cool back down below average heading into next work week. Overnight lows tonight with the clouds keeping things warm. We'll be in the 40s for overnight lows, and high temperatures tomorrow up in the 60s just about everywhere. 70 tomorrow in Lewiston. 71 in Spokane Saturday, 72 Sunday with sunshine. There is still a slight chance of some afternoon convection Saturday down south of the Palouse, mainly the LC Valley and the Camas Prairie. Monday, the winds pick up and we start to bring some showers into the region. Our snow level is going to be dropping as well. Speaking of which, I have got your ski report. There's still skiing to be done, believe it or not, coming up in the next half hour.
All right, thank you, Chris. Iconic football player turned acquitted murder suspect O.J. Simpson has died. After the break, we'll take a look back at his life.
And in Boise, opening arguments began in the Chad Daybell trial, the latest on the alleged doomsday cult leader who now faces the death penalty.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Catch all the action at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now when you purchase a 6000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate up to $10 per square foot. Plus give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVey Brothers, we're always working for you.
For over 30 years, we've been keeping you warm.
Or cool, but now we are taking you to the next level of innovation.
Fireplaces, sleek modern design, or traditional electric, efficient and trendy.
Lighting, permanent, decorative, year-long lighting, providing security as well as beauty.
These are just some of the ideas we are bringing to you for the next level at Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We call it Holiday Innovation. Call us today.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
The largest Spokane Speed and Custom Show ever returns April 12th through 14th.
Welcome back. We're about halfway through spring practices for many college football teams. The Idaho Vandals are looking to capitalize on last year's run of the FCS quarterfinals.
And when they take the field in the fall, they'll be continuing a family tradition. Alex Crescenti has more from Moscow.
Having twins or even siblings on the roster is nothing new for the Idaho Vandals. For years, it was the Hatton twins of Hayden and Hogan in the spotlight of Moscow. But now, the torch has been passed to the Lane twins, quarterback Jack and linebacker Dylan.
He's way more organized. I'm definitely messier, but, you know, it's fun because we go home, we watch a film together. He asks us, oh, what are you thinking on this play? And I ask him, you know, what's your read here? And he helps me be kind of like the quarterback of the defense because he's the smartest football player I've ever been around. So I try to soak that in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a smart player. He's always pushing me to be better because he kind of knows what we do. So it's I kind of know where he's at all times out there because he's a smart player.
You know, football is really important to him. I mean, it's tough to beat these guys to the facility. You know, if I get here at 5 in the morning for a 6:30 practice, they're already here. You know, they're in the weight room, they're stretching. They're getting extra work in, working on their nutrition. They're very cautious about what they eat. I mean, they're guys who talk to me about. Our food on the road, like making sure we have healthy enough options and things, and they're just fully committed to being college football players. So that I think is a real positive thing for leaders on that side of the ball. And
now Jack, Dylan, and the rest of the Vandals will have a couple more weeks of practice before the annual spring game on Friday, April 26th, and then we enter the summer break. But fall camp will be here before you know it. Reporting in Moscow, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
And coming up a little later in the newscast, we go back to Moscow. Sports director Julian Menonzone went golfing with the Vandals. They gave us a tour of their golf performance center and even gave Julian some tips along the way. That'll be tonight at 6:30.
I feel like he's sneaking in a free lesson there, maybe. Good for him, though. Well, Washington State women's basketball coach Cami Etheridge will be staying in Pullman for the foreseeable future. Etheridge signed a contract extension that keeps her at WSU through 2030. She led the Cougs to their first Pac-12 championship in school history last year and also led them to 4 straight postseason appearances. This move provides some needed stability at WSU after men's basketball coach Kyle Smith and athletic director Pat Chun left the school over just the last few weeks. That's a big deal. Cami staying. All right, coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30, changes could be coming to Idaho libraries.
A new law makes it easier for parents to take action against books in the library that they believe are harmful. How it compares to last year's library bill after the break.
The Spokane County wants to make safety improvements here at Bear Lake Regional Park. Why? Some community members say they welcome this project. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Join STCU Best of Broadway for classic comedies, family favorites, and blockbuster hits. Live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Season tickets include Stephen Sondheim's smash hit musical comedy, Company. Funny Girl, the hit Broadway show with one of the greatest musical scores of all time. Hilarious fan favorite, Beetlejuice. Feel-good celebration, Mamma Mia. And the multi-Tony Award-winning new musical, MJ. Order season tickets to reserve your seats now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
A lot of my friends were overdosing, and we didn't know why. And little we knew, it was fentanyl. Last year I got caught up and went to prison. I really think addiction is a disease because it gets in your head. Every day is hard, but I have good strength. Other people give me strength by being there for me, not judging me. One word can change the story. My word is strength.
Yeah, I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further.
Call your friends at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing and spend your time doing more important things.
Get away to paradise. 2 different winners will win a share of just over $10,000 cash. 2 nights in a cabin and a 2-day pontoon rental at Two Rivers Resort. Learn more at Mistaqua.com.
The world's oldest products, and they still work. Next, Inside Edition. This toaster is 74 years old. She uses it every day. The mixer from the 1930s. The hairdryer from the 50s.
It's totally working.
How all this stuff has lasted for generations. Then, you won't believe what's trapped inside this shipping container.
Oh, it's scratching, dude.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, trips to the library are about to change if you live in Idaho.
Yesterday, Governor Brad Little signed a bill into law allowing parents to take action if they believe a book in the library is harmful to kids. Bronte Saratsky shares how local libraries are responding.
Well, this new law means that Idaho libraries are going to start having to carry a form at the front desk, which people can fill out if they think that a book in the kids section should be in the adults.
This year's library bill differs from 2023's, which was vetoed by Governor Brad Little. The difference, last year's legislation would allow parents to sue libraries for more than $2,000 for providing, quote, harmful material to minors. This year, that price has dropped. Starting in July, going to a library with a child in Idaho will mean you can fill out a form requesting to move a book from the kids section to the adult section. If that book isn't moved within 60 days, the person filing the complaint could sue the library for $250. Idaho's definition of harmful materials includes sexual conduct, nudity, or acts of homosexuality. In response, the Idaho Library Association said, "We are so disappointed in this outcome. Please check on your librarians." Local libraries like the Community Library Network tell us they don't own anything that would meet what the state says is harmful to minors. In a statement, Executive Director Alexa Eccles tells 4 News Now they weren't surprised by this new law and said the Community Library Network has a long history of working with concerned community members and parents, ensuring children have access to suitable library materials. Last year, the Community Library Network began offering minor access library cards, limiting the material certain age groups could access.
This law will go into effect on July 1st, and the Coeur d'Alene Library tells me that they are still trying to figure out how this law will affect them. Reporting in North Idaho, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
A consumer watchdog group wants Lunchables, the popular snack kits, removed from school lunch programs because of excessive sodium. Public schools introduced the ready-to-eat meals by Kraft Heinz as options last year. The company said it had to reformulate the ingredients to ensure they met federal guidelines. According to Consumer Reports, the Lunchables served at schools are even higher in sodium than those sold in stores. The group says the lunch kits also contain harmful chemicals that can lead to serious health problems over time. Kraft Heinz issued a statement saying the company has taken steps to improve the nutrition of Lunchables, like adding fruit to the meal kits and reducing the sodium in the crackers.
Just a few hours ago, Boeing admitted it spent $500,000 more on personal air travel for top executives than it previously recorded. This latest disclosure brought the total personal air travel for the company's top 4 executives to $1.9 million since 2021. That includes trips taken by the embattled airplane maker CEO, who just last month announced he will leave the company by the end of the year. The plane maker is currently facing scrutiny for a series of safety incidents, including a door plug that blew off mid-flight. That incident prompted a series of investigations into the company's practices. Well, this weekend, hundreds of people will walk to raise awareness for MS, or multiple sclerosis.
Participants are also walking to raise money to find a cure. The event begins at 9 a.m. on Saturday at Spokane Falls Community College. There will be a snack and a ceremony at the main stage before the walk officially kicks off at 10. Participants can walk either 1 mile or 3. Anyone who raises $100 or more will be sent a t-shirt. More information on volunteering and registering can be found on our website. That's at KXLY.com.
Well, it is going to be amazing weather to participate in that walk. In fact, better make your plans for the weekend now because it is going to be gorgeous. Right now, though, it is overcast in Spokane. I found a little hint of blue sky on this view from our sky cam, but plenty of clouds, and there are more on the way on our satellite and radar. Very, very light return showing up around Omak along the Canadian border. We'll have more very, very light rain falling across the region late tonight with a better chance of precipitation off and on through the day Friday from Moscow and Pullman south into the LC Valley and then northeast into the central panhandle heading up toward Kalispell. In Spokane, just a few sprinkles and about the same in Coeur d'Alene. Here's a look at your Friday planner. 55 is our average high, but we're heading up to a high of 63 degrees. Very much like today, we're going to see some filtered sunshine, but more clouds than sun. In fact, we'll see more clouds tomorrow than what we saw today. I did manage to get a little blue sky this afternoon. I will be back with your 7-day forecast, plus let you know where you can still ski this weekend coming up in your ski report. Cheers.
Thank you, Chris. And we are not the only ones enjoying the warm weather. Tick season is coming, so we want to take a moment to share some tips to avoid tick bites. First, avoid areas with high grass and leaves and walk in the center of trails if you can. Second, use repellent with 20% DEET or more on your skin. This should last several hours. And be sure to treat your pets for ticks too. Dogs are very susceptible to tick bites and some diseases. Sprays, shampoos, or monthly medications will help your pet. And lastly, it is good to shower right after being outside and good to do a full body check with a mirror to be sure. If you do find a tick, remove it completely with a pair of tweezers as soon as you can.
Well, a major update is underway at Bear Lake Regional Park. The 166-acre park off of Highway 2 north of Chattaroy is a popular spot for hiking, swimming, and fishing. Spokane County says eroding shorelines and limited access are problems there, especially for people with disabilities. Peter Choi explains why community members say these improvements are so necessary.
Bear Lake Regional Park off the busy highway has everything that nature can offer. Bird watching, lake fishing, or simply just enjoying the view. That's what Fred Marjota enjoys too.
I like to come out here and fish.
2 years ago, his fishing day turned into a nightmare. He fell into lake while in a wheelchair.
I could not get out of my wheelchair, and he pulls me out, and he took and got me up to the bank and that. 4 people to pull my wheelchair out.
And the Spokane County wants to make a safety improvement so that similar accident doesn't happen again.
the east side of lake will have new lake access, fishing pier, and non-motorized boat launch. Now on the west side of lake,
there will be new pathways, ADA parking, again, additional beach access, 2 new accessible fishing piers.
And it'll fill a need in the community, not only for the disabled, but also for youth.
During the construction, the park will be closed. The project is expected to complete this fall.
I just want to thank everything that the people have done to get this project going.
Reporting from Bear Lake Regional Park, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, season tickets for this year's Best of Broadway showcase are now on sale.
Yeah, timeless classics, revolutionary rap, and an ogre, all coming to Spokane.
Beginning in September, Company is coming. This musical comedy follows a man on the eve of his 35th birthday, surrounded by married people.
And Funny Girl hits the stage October 1st, one of my favorite movies with Barbra Streisand. But the musical is iconic, and it follows a young comedian and singer in early 20th century New York.
Then on October 27th, the Rocky Horror Picture Show will be in town for one night only, followed by Come From Away in early November and Shrek the Musical on November 15th and 16th.
Other big shows in the mix this year include Hamilton, The Book of Mormon, and Mamma Mia. MJ the Musical, based on the life of Michael Jackson, will close out the Broadway season in Spokane. That show kicks off July 8th, 2025.
All performances will be at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. You can find more information on our website at kxly.com.
Well, still ahead, millions of people could soon pay more for internet. Find out why and what some lawmakers are doing to try and prevent that from happening.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's MASH CTV. 2 full hours of MASH C laughs.
What about rank? Can I help it if I'm not as rank as you?
Weeknights beginning at 6 on MeTV 4.2.
I'm Sammy Bhardwaj. I own this business for 7 years. I've been member of P1FCU for more than 12 years. I lived in a small town in Idaho and then became member of P1FCU. I moved for my kids' schooling here, and P1FCU really helped me for getting these 2 big stores. I strongly recommend everyone they should use P1FCU because it's great staff. I love them.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
For 10 years, the 4 News Now Extreme Team has been rebuilding and rejuvenating baseball fields. Is yours next? It's that time again. Go to KXOY.com and tell us why your field needs a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
When your backyard is bursting with color and beauty, you're feeling more than pride. You've got the power of the flower from the Plant Farm. The power of the flower gives you creativity, inspiration, energy, and so much more. With the helping hand of the Plant Farm, life excites and your talent knows no boundaries. Bring home the power of the flower from the Plant Farm today, because life is better in the garden.
Well, the return of the 70s.
We can't wait for that. But first, we got to get through a little bit of a rough patch and talk about the ski report as well.
I know. Seems counterintuitive as we head into a weekend with 70s. But as the saying goes in the inland Northwest, we run out of skiers before we run out of snow. People give up on skiing there's still snow up in the mountains ready to enjoy. Here's a look at your ski report. We are definitely coming down the home stretch. Mount Spokane had their closing weekend last weekend. I was there. It was amazing, fantastic conditions. Schweitzer, this is the last weekend at Schweitzer. If you do plan to go up in these closing days of the season, my tip, get up there for first chair while things are still a little firm. It does get a little bit slushy and slow once you're into the afternoons, particularly on days like we're going to have this weekend. Lookout Pass also open tomorrow through the weekend, and their plan is then to be open the next weekend, closing on the 21st, and should get some fresh snow and some firm up some of those conditions over next week. Silver Mountain will be open this weekend and then closed during the week, and 49 Degrees North has extended their operations. They will be open this weekend and then decide on as things go if they're going to continue operations. But as I mentioned, may get some fresh snow in the mountains in the 7-day forecast, but it is just a chance of showers in the next 24 hours. The weekend, boy, it's hard to leave the valleys with weather like this. Blue skies and sunshine, and just my warning to wear your sunscreen religiously if you do go to the mountains. That sun reflecting off the snow this late in the season will really get you. Forecast radar starting off at our current time, plenty of clouds and that light rain mainly to the south. We could get a few sprinkles overnight around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Here's 7 o'clock Friday morning. Overcast conditions. A few sprinkles in the afternoon, but most of the action tomorrow, here 6 p.m., will be to the south, where we have the chance of some thunderstorms. Then we clear out. Beautiful start to Saturday. By the time we're into Saturday afternoon, here's an evening, we have just a slight chance of a few more showers and thunderstorms in the LC Valley and Camas Prairie. For the most part, though, we are looking at blue skies and sunshine, and then things start to change. Our temperatures drop. Windy conditions Monday with a 20% chance of showers in Spokane, 30% chance on Tuesday with a high of 51. Our snow level will be dropping. Look at some of those overnight lows down below freezing Wednesday night into Thursday, and so there's the potential for some snow, not only in the mountains, but getting awfully close to some of the higher benches in Spokane. I don't think we'll see any down here, but we could add some snow to our ski resorts next week. Derek.
All right. Well, your internet bill could go up as much as $40 next month if you're one of the nearly 23 million U.S. households that get subsidies through the Affordable Connectivity Program.
Yeah, funding for that program is set to run out at the end of the month, and now some lawmakers are increasing their effort to refund it. CNN's Amy Kiley has more.
The most successful internet affordability program in our nation's history will soon run out of money unless Congress acts.
New efforts are underway to stop internet prices from surging next month for nearly 23 million American households. The Affordable Connectivity Program is almost out of money. Now, the FCC is set to cut subsidies by more than half in May. Without new funding, later they'll be gone.
From education to employment, to scheduling healthcare appointments, to access to health services, everyone deserves affordable internet access.
Some lawmakers are increasing their push to keep funding the program. A bipartisan Senate bill to give it $7 billion has 5 co-sponsors after 2 joined yesterday. A House plan has majority support in the chamber, but it's unclear if Speaker Mike Johnson will bring it to the floor. House Republicans are pushing to rein in government spending, and the program is left over from the pandemic.
High-speed internet isn't a luxury anymore. It's an absolute necessity.
The Biden administration is trying to help consumers understand provider fees with a new regulation unveiled yesterday.
A lot of times there's hidden fees, things like data caps or throttling, or you have to pay more for data.
The FCC now requires internet providers to use what looks like a nutrition label. It shows plan details like fees and services.
The hope is that if it's more transparent, you can make a better choice as a consumer.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Former football player and actor O.J. Simpson died yesterday from cancer. In the 60s and 70s, he was considered one of the greatest athletes in the country. After football, though, he became an actor and starred in several TV shows and movies.
Then in 1994, he was accused of murdering his ex-wife and her friend, beginning one of the most controversial trials of all time.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Simpson was found liable for the deaths 2 years later in civil court, ordered to pay $33.5 million to both victims' families, which he never paid. In the early 2000s, he was found guilty of kidnapping and armed robbery in Las Vegas. He spent 9 years in prison, and he died at 76 years old. Instagram is taking steps to crack down on teenage sextortion.
That's when scammers convince teens to send them nude photos and then tell the teens they'll post the images online unless they send money or gift cards. Today, the company announced new features to prevent this from happening, including blurring nude images sent in direct messages and letting users know when they've interacted with somebody who's engaged in financial sextortion. Instagram says the features should soon be available worldwide.
Around the Northwest, in Boise, dramatic opening statements in the triple murder trial of Chad Daybell. Prosecutors claim the alleged doomsday cult leader did not let anything stand in his way. Daybell is accused of murdering his first wife, Tammy Daybell, in 2019. He's also charged in the deaths of 16-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old J.J. Vallow, the children of Lori Vallow, whom he married less than 3 weeks after his first wife's death. Prosecutors say Daybell and Vallow began sharing apocalyptic beliefs and labeled anyone who stood in their way as dark spirits or zombies.
This narrative gave them the pretext to remove people from this world for their own good.
When Vallow's children were reported missing in 2019, Chad and Lori were found in Hawaii. Daybell has pleaded not guilty. His attorney insists there's no way to determine how Tammy Daybell died, and the defense argues it was Lori Vallow's brother, Alex Cox, who killed the two children. Cox died in 2019.
Whenever there was a problem or a threat to Lori Vallow, you'll hear testimony that Alex Cox came to the rescue.
Chad Daybell's trial is expected to last 9 weeks. Prosecutors want the death penalty. Lori Vallow Daybell is already serving life in prison for killing her kids and conspiring to kill Tammy Daybell. Well, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Catch all the action at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Dan the Piano Man is now Dan the Moving Man, and he would like to thank you for helping with the transition. He now specializes in relocating your most prized possessions from point A to point B with care and efficiency. He's earned the reputation of trust by helping generations of homeowners move their belongings and helping seniors to downsize. He also offers climate-controlled storage, short or long-term, for your possessions. Need your piano moved? Dan can expertly relocate it and provide tuning and repair. Call or click today for a free estimate on your moving job. Dan the Moving Man, serving Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostemtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Well, the Masters tournament marks the biggest week in golf. But for the University of Idaho men's golf team, their biggest tournament will come in a few weeks at the Big Sky Championship.
Sports director Julian Minenstone was given a tour of Idaho's state-of-the-art Golf Performance Center and even got some tips on how to improve his game.
This facility gets, the improvement in your game so much, especially year-round. How huge is that for you guys when it comes to ultimately when you get into season mode?
I think it's huge, especially in the off-season, being able to play 365 days a year. And this facility is open to us at any time of day. But yeah, staying fresh when there's snow on the ground and traveling to tournaments and stuff when we can't really get outside is crucial to keeping our game sharp. And we can pretty much hit any shot we want. To see the stats from face angle, the distance the ball is going, which is huge, so that we can normalize all of our yardages and then adjust to the elevation and the temperature at any tournament we go to.
So we have the putt view green here. We have 5 different holes. It's got a projector which puts down different alignment stuff.
At the end of the day, you just got to be athletic and hit a tiny white ball at the direction you're looking. We've been working really hard all semester. I think that if we go play our best golf, we can win.
There we go. Nice putt.
There we go. Not bad.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows, made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate up to $10 per square foot with every window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
North Idaho Urology's high-quality, accessible care just got even closer. Expert care is now within reach at the North Idaho Urology Post Falls campus. Our new Post Falls location offers the same advanced technology as our Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint clinics, creating a seamless experience for our patients. Don't wait any longer. Visit our website or call to schedule your appointment today.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
We rent china, glassware, tents, and barbecues, flatware, linen, stands for staging, tables, shades.
A to Z rental, no job too big, no job too small.
Jackhammers, stem doors, washers, stump grinder saws, generators, skid steer, excavator, dingoes, trailers, tractors, nailers, staplers, hole diggers, tillers, mowers, yard vac, aerators.
Call A to Z rental at 509-924-2000 or go to rentatoz.com.
We rent everything, man.
Now open in Airway Heights.
At A to Z rental, we rent everything.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Next ET.
What a night, what a night, what a night.
ET Vault unlocked Oprah. 5 decades of never-before-seen interviews.
You know you've made it when Entertainment Tonight is talking to you.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
In the darkest hours,
we faced it head on. I'm here
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here to answer the call. 911, what's your emergency?
911, new tonight on ABC.
Friday forecast, we've got plenty of clouds, a few sprinkles, a high of 63 though, nice warm day. And then you'll have all the sunshine you can stand this weekend.
Okay. I love it. One son has a soccer game tomorrow afternoon, the other one on Saturday early, and it's nice that it's going to be great for both.
Oh yeah, enjoy.